Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I want to take a moment and talk about 5 reasons that it's important to have interests outside of your relationship or in addition to your relationship. Because sometimes what tends to happen is that when people get into a relationship, especially as things start going well, they have a tendency to push away or walk away from a lot of the things that used to be part of their lives. But it's important that even as you are in a relationship, even a long-term committed relationship, that you have some interest in addition to the relationship. So that's what we're talking about today. But before I get into that, I want to take a quick moment and say, if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of our awesome world. If you're not yet subscribed, please take a moment and click the subscribe button below so you can join all this awesomeness. And remember to tick the bell so that you are notified when I post new videos so you don't miss anything. And of course, if you'd like to purchase 1 or 3 of my books, also a link below that will take you to a site that shows you all your different options of places where you could get 1 or 3 of my books. All right, let me get back to it. First thing is that you can become too dependent or overly dependent on your partner. When your only interest, when the only thing you have going on in life is the relationship, sometimes it creates a level of dependency. Everything that you do now is contingent or dependent on what your partner is interested in or what your partner wants to do, what your partner is able to do, your partner's availability to do things with you. And one of the biggest issues that can cause it or lead to is that if you are when you become completely dependent on someone, sometimes you can stay in situations where you should no longer be in. Sometimes you can make certain decisions because of that dependence. You can make certain decisions, you can engage in certain behaviors because you are so dependent on the relationship or on the partner. So it is important that you have an opportunity to go out and do things and explore life and enjoy and have other things outside of your relationship that you can enjoy. You're not going to have whole other relationships, but you can have friendships. You can have things that you enjoy doing. Maybe your partner is a sports person and you're an arts person. Maybe you enjoy whatever it is. It's important to have some interest outside or in addition to the relationship. 2, it also puts a great deal of pressure on your partner if you have no other interests. Because when you have nothing else going on, then your partner becomes responsible for doing things with you, for providing entertainment, for providing activities, they become the social director of the relationship. It puts a lot of pressure on them. And it also makes it hard for them to enjoy certain things because if you are completely dependent on your relationship, on your partner, then when their friends want to, go do something, they're not able to do it because, hey, if I go hang out with my friends, then what is my partner going to do? If I go hang out with my friends, what will my husband has no other, nothing else to do, or my wife has nothing else to do. So because of that, I have to come home. I have to come do something with my partner. I have to. It puts a great deal of pressure on your partner to be the sole person providing some, fun or interest or intrigue in the relationship. Which all brings me to the third one. It allows your partner to keep and enjoy their own interest. A lot of times, especially when you are looking at men and women, a lot of times men and women have different interests. Maybe one of you is a sports person and the other is an arts person. Maybe one of you is a cooking person and the other is I don't know, whatever the different interests are. If you have your own interests, things that you enjoy doing, then it frees your partner up to also have their own interests in things that they want to do. Because let's say your partner likes arts and crafts, but you don't have anything else going on, rather than going to that arts class, they have to come home because, you have nothing else happening. Making sure that you have other things going on allows your partner to also have or keep and enjoy the things that they have going on. Because even if somebody goes out and does certain things, like maybe you're a nature person and you want to go on a hike and your partner is not into hiking, but the fact that your partner is at home doing nothing can make it difficult for you to fully enjoy the hike because you're every 5 minutes getting a call from this person that says, "Hey, when are you coming home? Because I'm bored." 4, stimulating conversations and intrigue. When you are able to spend some time apart, spend some time exploring different parts of life, different opportunities, different environments, it gives you something to talk about. It gives you something to teach each other, something to share with each other. If every moment of every day you guys are together, the only time you're not together is at work, then it makes it harder to find things to talk about because everything you could share with them, they already know. They were there. It creates an opportunity for stronger conversations. It creates an opportunity where you can teach each other certain things. It makes the conversations more lively. It makes the conversation and it makes you in your relationship more intriguing because there are times when you guys are not together where you're exploring, where you're learning, where you're experiencing other things that you can come back and share with each other in the relationship and where you can come back and have these conversations in the relationship. So it creates opportunity for improving the relationship. And the last one, not exactly the best one, not exactly a good one, but it's also an opportunity, or it creates an opportunity for you to spot troubles. A lot of times in relationships that turn abusive, one of the things that the abuser usually does, even before the actual abuse starts, is isolation. When the only thing you have going on are things that you have that happens with your partner, it's easier for them to isolate you without you noticing. By the time you realize that, oh, you have nothing else going on, the only thing you do is stuff with this person. By the time that happens, it may not, it may already be done. It may already have happened. Whereas when you have other interests, when you have interests outside of the relationship, you may be able to spot these things earlier on because you notice that, hey, every time I'm going to do something without this person, they throw a fit. Every time that I'm going to do stuff without this person, for some reason, they just happen to be sick that day. You can spot these little certain warning signs when you have a moment to be away from the person, when you have a moment where you can think away from the person. And of course, when you are taking time for yourself, it allows you it creates another level or another opportunity for you to spot certain warning signs and red flags. If they are present, hopefully you're not in that situation, but just in case it's going to happen, it helps if you can spot red flags very early on. Let's do a quick recap. 1, you become too dependent on the person when you don't have anything else going on because your whole existence now depends on what it is that they are able to provide for you to do. 2, and when you don't have interest outside of the relationship, you put a heavy load, a lot of pressure on your partner to be your everything, to be the one to do and provide everything in that relationship. 3, it allows your partner the opportunity to keep and enjoy their own interests because if you have your own stuff going on, they don't have to feel guilty about leaving you. And they definitely don't have to get that call every 5 minutes saying, "Hey, when are you coming home? You left me home by myself." And 4, stimulating and more intriguing conversations because when you're spending time apart, learning things, experiencing things, it gives you more to come back and share in the relationship. When you come home, it gives the discussions, the conversations a different level because there's finally something that happened that you can share with them that they didn't already witness. And finally, it creates an opportunity for you to start to spot trouble if there is trouble. One of an abuser's best tools is isolation, keeping you away from other things and other people. And when you have interests, when you have reasons to do things without them, it's easier for you to start spotting if someone is attempting to isolate you from, the rest of your life. Yeah. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services who can assist with whatever you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need them, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.